Good evening and welcome back to my channel. Now, as if we know this already and we've gone through it before, so crisis aid, €400 energy credit and cost of living crisis targeted measures, latest as government blast for ignoring PAYE workers. Now, on top of that, it has been revealed plans to provide energy credits to the public in the midst of the fuel and cost of living crisis. There's always one excuse after the other: the war, Donald Trump, Vladimir Zelensky, everything else to go on top of it, all the other bullshit. Now, several candidates running in Dublin Central by-election appeared in the special edition of RT's The Week in Politics, where issues such as energy and the cost of living crisis were discussed. Now, obviously this week's Sinn Féin's Janice Boylan, Daniel Ennis, Roy McAdam, Ruth O'Day and Sarah McInerney. Obviously, Councillor Daniel Ennis reveals the targeted measures that Social Democrats have planned out in relation to the cost of living crisis and how it is needed immediately. We already knew this a long time ago, so why are they making such a spectacle of it when we knew way in advance that it's going to continue anyway up until now? It's stated the people are really struggling. You think, with childcare and the cost of living, it's really having a real effect. People want support. Yeah, many Irish have been crying out for years on end. The Social Democrats' proposal for relief from the cost of living crisis includes a €400 targeted energy support and a supplementary mileage scheme for essential workers. Seeing is believing. Now, the government's response to the recent fuel protests, stating it ignored PAYE workers, when it's PAYE workers that are the ones who are responsible for paying the government's wages. It's not the government in charge of us, we're the ones in charge of them. We're the people, we're the ones with the voice, we're the ones who should be speaking and telling them what they should be doing, not the opposite way around. ECOHER has believed and stated that a lot of things were left behind in last year's budget. Also revealed that Labour is proposing targeted energy credits for people on incomes up to $70,000 a year. It is unknown how much these credits would be. $70,000 a year. That's if there's two of you, a combined income together. A lot of these ideas were rejected. The criticism that the government hadn't done enough to help people with the cost of living crisis prior the year before and before that, and so on and so forth. Also stated the coalition had shown the ability and speed to respond to the impact of the Middle East conflicts, as stated, were prudently managed with the public's taxpayers' monies and finances. So when it comes to other countries crying out for support and help, Harris and Martin and Connolly are more than happy to take Irish taxpayers' money and give it straight to them without a blink of an eye, and just help other people, other foreign internationals from different countries instead of our own people. Now, Fine Gael member added, you cannot trust the Social Democrats or adopt the policies proposed by Sinn Féin's finance spokesperson Piers Doherty. In relation to that, while party members spoke out about their party's proposals, Sinn Féin's Janice Boylan rejected her party's suggestions for emergency budget. There's no emergencies, just one excuse after the other. It was also pointed out that people are anxious about whether their home energy suppliers will run out, as they don't have the funds to keep them going every week. Yeah, a lot of families are struggling, especially those who are veterans, elderly couples, middle-aged families, young couples with children. Also stated that they're trying to be fair to everybody, so people at least can heat their homes and put food on the tables to feed their children. It's not just a working class issue. Yeah, we've heard that over and over again. How many more times are we going to hear the same bullshit? People need an intervention now, and not next week, the month after, or the month after that. So earlier this week, it was told everything will be renewed with the immediate effect and introduction of the emergency mini budget. Also, the mini budget would include a summer bonus social welfare payment, €100 to help with grocery bills, aid with school costs, and energy grants for small businesses. Also, the government must act now to ease cost of living pressures rather than asking families to wait another 5 months for relief. 5 months, not happening. Now, these measures would transfer profits from the big energy companies, big tech companies, and the banks and the burger barons to the pockets of PAYE workers and the self-employed who are struggling to make ends meet in the teeth of what has all the hallmarks of a perma-crisis. So they put it. Now, PAYE and self-employed workers have been left behind during this onslaught. Left behind, yeah. Been dragged behind, and are seeing real cuts to their disposable income. Cuts. Significant cuts. All thanks to decisions made by Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael in last year's budget. Now, the people and the state are calling on government to show leadership and to reverse the ill thought through VAT reductions due this coming July, and use the savings to provide for indexation of income tax bands and credits. Also to have it backdated to January 2026 to put money back into the pockets of working families. They're going to backdate it from January gone up until this month and the following month. We'll see about that. Meanwhile, Taoiseach Simon Harris has confirmed the government will examine a tax package and one-off payment to help people with soaring costs after confirming the weekly fuel allowance payment ends on May the 1st, just gone. So they got no intentions of increasing it after. Also stated the government is going to be able to do more in the budget to assist people, but added he was not fixating on what tax to reduce. One excuse after the other, more lies after more lies. Harris added the government is going to look at how we can help people with tax and through public sector pay talks too. While saying interventions cannot be made every single week, he also stated that social welfare measures could not be the only answer to cost of living crisis. Now, there will be a personal income tax package, the composition of it, what you do with the universal social charge, what you can do on thresholds, what you do with rates, and what you do on tax credits. They are all, as you'd expect, a matter for proper to detailed discussion across government officials. Now, as I asked about pressure to introduce further universal energy credits, the Taoiseach said it would be foolish and arrogant for the government to rule out anything right now. In regards to the Irish working class, or of all ages, this comes after a fact that was stated. He previously stated he believes in his heart of hearts, even if the war ends now, the impact of damaged energy infrastructure would be felt in the winter. So one excuse after the other. And also stated that an energy crisis would be much sharper, and added that the government has to keep some power dry. These guys are clueless. Harris, Martin, Connolly, they couldn't give a flying fuck about the Irish people, the community, or the farmers. What I recommend is an even bigger protest, not just from the farmers, the whole of Ireland. So that's my take on this. So please like, subscribe, and thank you very much for your time.